Has anyone here had that moment where you're reminiscing about old childhood memories and then you remember a specific event that took place during that time, and while in the moment you were completely oblivious to everything that was going on, but looking back at it, it maybe wasn't the most safe situation for a little kid to be in? I, on one hand, have had a lot of these moments. And specifically, we're going to be talking about the time I was chased by a bear. Now, the reason as to how I got chased by a bear requires a bit of backstory. My dad is in the military, and currently at the moment, he was being stationed up at Alaska. Being in Alaska as a 5 to 6 year old is fantastic. It's great. Trust me. Snow galore, animals everywhere. There's so much to do as a little kid. There were also a lot of fun things to do together as a family. One of our favorite pastimes was to go to this place called Beaver Creek and rent out a log cabin. To get to Beaver Creek, you had to take this hiking trail that led out from the cabin, and it was a decent walk. The people that were on this hike were me, my mom, my dad, my older brother, and our golden retriever, Honey. Now, majority of the time, when we got to this creek, there would be an overabundance of, you guessed it, beavers. However, this time it was different. As we got closer to the creek, things were a lot more quiet than normal. Most of the times when we had gone, the beavers were just making noises just like not like a goose. I don't really remember what a beaver sounds like. But anyways, we weren't hearing anything. It was just dead silent. When we got closer to the creek and we turned around the corner to see what was going on, we then saw it. A big, old grizzly bear. Grizzly bears are incredibly dangerous. They are nothing to be messed with. Seeing a grizzly bear in the wild, although cool, is, when you think about it, pretty terrifying. We were frozen in our tracks. We did not know what to do. We were just completely stuck there in hopes that maybe the bear did not notice us. But as you can tell by the title, that is not how it went. He stops messing around with the water, and he just kind of freezes for a second. We were unsure of what he was doing. He then proceeds to lift his snout up into the air as if he's smelling something new that he has not smelled before. He then turns and looks right at us, and then proceeds to turn around and start going around the creek to where we were. Now, luckily, the creek was large enough to block the bear's view so that then we could just slowly but surely back away until we knew we were out of its sight, and then proceeded to sprint all the way back to the cabin. We made it back to the cabin, all safe and sound, and luckily the architects for this cabin were smart enough to be like, yeah, there's gonna be bears around, so we should probably make it like anti-bear and put it high up so that then they can't just, walk up to the door and be like, hey, yo, can I have some food? I'm pretty hungry. Once we were inside the cabin, I proceeded to just stare out that window for what felt like an eternity. I had seen the bear, and I wanted to see more of this bear. I still had no idea how much danger we were in at this time. I was just infatuated by the fact that I just saw a freaking grizzly bear. I was just like, oh my gosh, I just saw freaking Winnie the Pooh. And about 10 minutes later, what appears in my sight? A big old grizzly bear. He wasn't interested in what was inside the cabin. He was more interested on what was outside of the cabin. Now, outside of this cabin was a cute little stone fireplace. That night, our family, we had planned on having an open fire, sing some good old songs, and enjoying some s'mores. And of course, as you can guess, that bear saw those chocolates and proceeded to devour every single last one of them. He didn't even offer sharing, which was rude. So I hope you enjoyed your stupid chocolates, bear. Should ask to share next time. Luckily, once the bear finished those chocolates, he then turned around and left. We never saw him again at that point, and all was good. Here's the part of the story I enjoy the most, though. That night when we were all sitting around the campfire without the s'mores, we were all just laughing about the situation. My brother then proceeded to ask, hey mom, dad, what would have happened if the bear caught up to us? My mom then said, oh, sweetie, we would just give him honey. Me being the stupid little child that I was, oh yeah, we have tons of that in the cabin. A couple years later, to find out that she wasn't referring to jars of honey. She was referring to our golden retriever, Honey. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I took a lot of time and effort into making this. Now, it was a bit rushed because I wanted to get another video out that wasn't just my channel trailer ad thing. Now that I am done with this video, I can start taking things at a little bit more of a leisurely pace and put a little bit more time and effort into the actual animations so that then they look neater. Now if you did enjoy the video, why don't you hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom? Or maybe even hit that share button too along with it. Or maybe, this is pretty crazy, why don't you hit that like button? Just click it. Something magical happens when you click it. Come on, I know you want to click it. You got that itch. And the only cure for that itch is clicking that like button. And also the subscribe button too. Just hitting those buttons all together will cure your itch. Trust me, I'm a doctor.